Alright, so you give her 10 more gold, and she kind of looks surprised. She goes, oh,
Um,
okay.
that's just in case there's any damages or anything that come to the end while we're here.
And she kind of looks back at Kane's store. Yeah, okay. There's just like a sword halfway, like, hanging out, like, a good 6 inches into the hallway outside the door.
At least one of the hinges is broken from earlier in the night.
And you kind of see, like, the guy who was in between you guys, you see him just, like, slowly open the door, and he's got, like, all his belongings and, like, a bag in front of him. He just kind of slowly slinks down the stairs.
I didn't realize there was a guy in between the two rooms.
Yeah.
That makes it so much better.
And if
He
you
kinda-
require more than that for damages, just let me know.
I'm sure this will cover it. If you could control your friends a little bit more and try not to break anything, it's sometimes just gets hard to find people to repair everything. Also, it's bad for business, and kind of she looks at the guy slinking down the stairs.
With Rhaegar behind him.
he turns around and sees Rhaegar and, like, drops the stuff in his hands and just takes off out the door.
I'm gonna grab his stuff and follow.
Alright, so this is happening. He's just like a full-on sprint. He runs outside the door,
Not a
makes a
problem
right,
for
and
me.
starts taking off.
That's
And Rhaegar's just like
At this
walking
moment, a
speed.
message comes across. See, I knew you did sins.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna do a perception check. Okay, I'm gonna think I didn't notice that.
Eventually you chase this man down. He just like immediately balls up into the fetal position. He goes, please, just leave me alone.
I'm gonna take the box, the bags, and put one on one side and one on the other side, and say, "Okay, have fun, bye."
He just like kind of curls up. As you kind of leave, you kind of see him peek out, look of confusion, and see a bit of snot hanging out of his nose. And then, like, a guard walks up behind him and goes, "What are you doing?" And that's about the last you see of that guy.
God, mission accomplished. 2 for 2 it ends.
However, you have not gotten the barmaid, so Quad will get on that shit.
What, to terrify her out of the bar? Alright.
I mean, it's up to you what you want to do, but I'm just saying, you know.
There's many different ways
Standards.
of skewering someone.
You're right.
Anyway. Eventually you guys all gather up.
I
Who
yank
leaves
the
the
door
room?
the rest of the way out as I try to remove my sword. Which I could just teleport in my hand, but like, it's the principle of the thing.
You hear a crick as the door just comes loose, and everybody around you, including your party members, hears the more shattering wood as the door just comes loose from the hinges.
But not Johnny. Johnny's out cold.
Except for Johnny. Johnny's
The
given
sword
up on
is
the day.
still in the door. He just drags it with it.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
have
like,
a square of door with you?
and it's
God.
like, fuck it. And it just teleports the sword out of the door.
Door just crashes onto the floor.
Ma'am. So I reach the... Barman, you're gonna need to get sturdier doors.
She kind of just gives you a deadpan look. I guess so.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Okay. Go meet up with the other people in my group.
She's
Alright.
going to prepare her doors now with like the with the runes warding or whatever it is, like the explosive rune spells. Every time you stab it, it explodes.
They just summon more Balrogs. That's a bad idea. Don't
I mean, I didn't say it was a good idea.
Like, that's a really bad idea. Also, Kane, don't parry any attacks ever.
I got a shield, it's fine. The shield isn't possessed, I don't think.
Yet.
I'm
Here.
going to my new life goal cast possession on Shield.
I
He's just everything he has is possessed.
mean, apparently my cloak is belonged to like a demon or some shit, so...
Anyway, you're all awake. Y'all meet in Johnny's room and sit on his bed while he sleeps next to it and plan on your next objective.
No, I said outside. I'm still waiting for a response to one of my message spells to see if they're up yet.
Well, you probably saw me leave out the building, and I haven't returned.
Well, we'll deal with that person later.
That's...
Yeah, I'm up. I'm getting my stuff together.
Shall we leave? Or is there some other pressing matter? It appears one of your companions has managed to wander off into the city.
Good, then I guess it's a free day.
Well then,
I walk up to Kane.
Hmm.
Find you wherever you are. And
I mean, I'm downstairs, and I've finished antagonizing the barmaid.
Well, actually, before I leave the room... Oh, goodness. Alright, you understand. The dragon says just understands nothing. Correct. Like anything I try to communicate to him, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go on a little adventure, but you need to stick close to me. And I grab him and like kind of tuck him into my arm and just pull like one side of my cloak over him so he can still kind of peek out if he wants, but I want to try to keep the dragon mostly covered at all times.
Alright. He seems to enjoy being in dark places. Yeah, kind of. He's not super heavy, but noticeable weight. And he's kind of cold. But he kind of just makes himself at home in your clothing.
That works. Go downstairs to meet Kane.
Well, you kind of gotta bribe him with another piece of gold, but he kind of hangs in there.
Yeah, I'll bring 2 gold and an aquamarine of his stash.
All
Or,
right.
I'm sorry, it's a turquoise worth.
You step outside and you have to step over another door.
I go downstairs to the bar and I just put 5 gold on the bar.
this is working out really well for Kane. He's got like a personal little bitch that's gonna pay for all his damages.
Who says it's not coming out of free funds?
You would've never
Actually,
paid
that's a
for
fair
that.
point. It should be coming out of party funds.
Party fun for Kane's adventure.
Kane's sitting at one of the bowls with just his feet on top of it, kicked back. He's got something that he's drinking.
So, Kane,
Huh?
I'm planning on heading out for a little bit today. I don't know if you want to join me or not, but...
Yeah, we need to go get that weird spell thing, right? I needed it at least. I remember the crazy eye in the gym thing? You said there's some lady or some shit? Dumpster lady? Yeah.
That's actually right down the road, isn't it?
I thought it was right out there.
It's at the northern side of town. Like the very northern side of town.
Well, if you want to divide and conquer, I can kind of give you the directions where the shop is. The Dragon Temple, the temple to Tamiya? No, not Tamiya. Bahamut.
Bahamut.
Is that north or is that where the other place was? The other place was like...
This is a good question.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm not even sure if there is a temple to Bahamut in this city. I
No,
mean,
but there's probably one to Arl right now, apparently.
I mean, why wouldn't there be?
Nobody look right now. There's nothing normal or abnormal going on.
I don't.
For the
think
hell
there
of
is
it,
a temple to Bahamut in this.
I was gonna say.
I'm not sure Bahamut is actually from the
I don't know that
Faerunian-
he is either. But
Might be.
who the
Whatever.
fuck cares?
Yep,
Yeah.
we're going to say that there's a small temple here, like
Just make something up. Fuck it.
yeah.
They have like
It's,
message boards with this map posted around. How are you guys finding
Okay,
places?
I do really enjoy the fact that this map has like 5 compass roses on it. Like that is pretty amazing. Holy shit! I just and like
Yeah,
the
it
2
does
of them
have
are
a
like
lot of them.
literally like right next to each other.
Just in case you get lost.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'll say there's like a small temple that you've seen, you've walked across. Not very large, like almost a one-room building just with like altars in it, and maybe like 1 or 2 priests that attend it and take different shifts.
Fair enough. And that one guy that I talked to, kind of who I was looking for there. Don't recall his name.
It would be them. Which make a investigation check.
What?
Yeah, make a investigation check for looking for him.
I thought we were still at the inn. I'm confused.
I drew you a map, and if you're going there, I'm... Unless I was going the same direction, I wasn't going to go with you. So
I didn't even know we fucking left yet.
I
I was very
Thought you
confused.
understood
We were
that.
still sitting there. I thought that we were still on the scene.
Alright. You're still in the scene. I'm just having you make rolls to see if you do find him when you take off.
works with me. So yeah, unless we're... I don't think the temple I'm looking for is over in that direction, so I'll just kind of tell you where it's at, if that's alright.
He shrugs and says, I just thought we'd walk and talk. I don't have anything to do, really. No rush. I mean, I guess there's a small rush, but who the fuck cares?
I open my cloak a little bit and show him the dragon. I kind of have a problem.
It kind of like opens up its eyes and it kind of squints against the light. Hear like almost a slight hiss come out of its mouth.
You should get that checked out.
Oh, cool.
That's the plan.
Hmm.
But I cover it back up.
Yeah, I'll walk with you. We got stuff to talk about anyway.
We can definitely swing by that place on the way back.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's in the way, out of the way. I don't really care. Oh, man. What a fucked up night.
Hey kids,
Yeah,
you want to see a dragon?
Imagine we get up and start walking now.
Yeah.
I put the drink down, never paid for this. I don't even know where he got it from.
You just see the barmaid look at the golden tail and just sigh. But anyway, you guys get up and you start leaving. You see Laugh-A-Mill standing outside the inn, staring at you
Nope,
guys.
I'm gone.
Okay.
Apparently he's gone to go outside.
Yep, I'm by myself. It's a free day now, boys.
All right,
You were, like, standing by
Rhaegar.
the door. Or did you just take off as well?
Oh, I was, and then you were like, it's a free day, so I'm like, alright, well, I'm gonna go find a nice quiet spot and just, reflect on my, whole religious thing, and you guys can have your fun, apparently.
gonna go sacrifice rabbits to his moon god.
I mean, rabbits, I feel like, is a very mild term, but okay, sure.
You haven't heard about rabbits on the moon?
No, I was thinking more along the lines of halfling. I mean, wait, what?
Anyway,
assume
Rhaegar,
rabbit
you
killer.
are out in the middle of the city, on the streets. What are you
Yes.
doing right now?
I'm looking for things that jut up from the horizon.
Make a perception check. There are things jutting out in every direction. You
Okay.
look towards where the sun is rising from. You see a large mountain. You look the other direction. You see lots of tall buildings with pointy tips, and some of them even
Wait,
look like they have a crappy, weird
Wait,
spinning dial.
no, seriously, the fuck, guys? Isn't the mountain to the west of the city? If I'm reading this map?
Hey, the sun rises in the opposite direction here.
Okay, I just wanted to double check this, cause
The sun rises in the east.
I'm gonna ask
Usually.
someone on the street. Just go up
actually
to
that
them,
would
"Hey,
be normal,
Hey,
except it's rising in the west in your world.
I know.
Apparently.
hey, how do I get over there? And I point at the mountain.
He kind of looks at you. Don't talk to me, local. And kind of tries to walk away.
Did you just call him a local?
Yes.
Like, was that like a down term?
You see, it's just this rather short Goliath. He's like just barely a few inches taller than you.
Okay,
Kind of.
sir. I demand an arm wrestling contest.
He stops what he's doing, turns around. Well, I get to break me a twig today. And he's
have a
gonna
table.
kind of, he's gonna pull his hand out and make a follow me gesture towards you. And he's just gonna start walking down this dark
I'm gonna
alley.
nod and follow him. I'm gonna give my way to that mountain.
Inside this alley, there's just a couple of people playing poker, and they kind of look at you two as you walk in. And you hear one of them go, "Oi, you two, you ain't supposed to be around here. You
Shut up,
best
local."
solly off." And he kind of just grabs the table where they have a card game going, and he pulls the table out from underneath them and slams it against the side of the alleyway. He gets on one knee and puts his arm on the table, looking at you expectantly. And the other two are just sitting there staring, kind of confused and aghast of what's happening.
I spit in my hand, rub my hands to go over there, saunter on over, slam my elbow into the table. All right, let's do this. I win. You tell me how to get to that mountain.
I don't know how to get to that mountain, but I'm not gonna lose.
There is nothing wrong with what's about to happen here
All
today,
right,
folks.
Okay then.
And I need you to make an athletics check as you grab his hand. See, you just see like this, like wide, almost as wide as he is tall, but really short Goliath. You see his arm expand, you see his muscles and veins bulge. And you grab him, you kind of squeeze on his hand, you hear some crack, his eyes go wide, and you flip him into the wall. He does like a full front flip, and you hear a snap as you dislocate his arm. He just almost craters into the wall, and
I
the
immediately start going through my like still in rags. Oh, here's what I pull out. I hold close and I hold it on high. I've got the solution.
and the other two people who were playing poker behind you, they had drawn knives, and now they're just like slowly backing away from
Wait,
you.
you two, go get help. He might be hurt.
And they, as soon as you say that, they take off down the alleyway.
They'll be back, I promise.
And you just hear him start to chuckle. Well, that's an arm you got on you, boy.
No.
He kind of stands up and he grabs his arm with the other arm, and just you hear the sickening snap as he forces his arm back into place.
I hold out the healing potion.
I don't need it.
But
Just a reminder of why I shouldn't take everything for granted. The city keeps surprising me. Well,
Bowden?
he kind of shrugs. I know there's a tower up there, and it might be a walkway, but I think you gotta go through the palace to get to the walkway.
Oh.
That,
Ah.
I mean, if you're feeling up for it, you can just climb. That looks like you got the grip strength to just whelm your way through it.
Well, thank you. And I'll have you know I'm no local. I'm
Ah,
gonna let him know if he needs any help. I'm located. I'm resting in. What was it? Not the Sword's Rest Inn.
I think it was close
That
enough.
was a different tavern. That was the one that I have the letter about the sewer that we need to go to. It was another sword something in.
uh,
I think that's not Waterdeep. I think that's. Oh no, that might be
It
Waterdeep.
is Waterdeep.
Oh god. Oh fuck.
You're gonna take
Anyway,
the
I'm
wrong
gonna let
path
him
and end
know
up in the
which-
Underdark.
Which
Oops.
inn we're staying at, and if he ever wants a rematch.
It was like the Wandering something, right?
I thought there was sword in it, but I'm not
Yeah,
entirely
there's
sure.
something sword. I'm
I
pretty
know
sure.
it was like
Was it the singing sword?
The Singing Sword, that's it. That's why Reem likes it.
okay. I'm glad someone remembered it. I didn't.
Now
Then
he's
I'm gonna
looking.
proceed on my way. My goal is I want to get to the mountain, and I'm gonna sort of walk along the whole thing and see if I can find a way that I think I get up it. I want to be able to see this whole city.
Alright, what is C67?
It's Airy Keep or something like that.
Peak
oh no,
Top
Peak
Airy.
Top Airy. It's
Alright.
a city building.
So you walk around, for the most part it looks like the mountain's sort of been carved, but you find a few chunks. You think you could probably start climbing up the side of the mountain.
That doesn't seem safe though.
And as you slowly make your way down to Castle Waterdeep,
Mhm.
you sort of spot a trail that slowly circles around the mountain, but it's behind the actual castle, behind walls. But you think you could probably climb over the walls and get onto the path and start making your way around.
Ah. So, Soul, or it's okay if I know I'm not supposed to talk, but is it okay if are they gonna arrest me if I go up there? I think they're gonna arrest me if I go up there. I think I'm gonna do it anyway though. I wanna see this city. Then I'm gonna sort of slink around, see if there's any other way, and then if not, I'm gonna climb up a castle wall.
How far are you willing to go around this thing?
Ah,
Let's not
See,
lie. It's not a big deal.
probably
You can literally make the entire
probably
journey
up
in one
here
turn.
ish or over here ish.
Alright, so from that distance, you don't really see any other way to climb up other than that path you saw earlier.
Okay. Then I'm gonna proceed to try and go over the castle wall. Oh god.
Alright, you gonna start climbing up the castle? Are you doing this stealthily?
Yes.
Roll me a stealth check.
As good as my athletics. Not.
Huh.
You rolled a lot of twos.
I seem to like either nat 20s or 2s.
What?
Why did that do that? I don't know what that did.
I don't know, but you rolled a 1. All right, you made
Yeah,
it.
but I don't think that rolled right.
I don't think it
It
did.
still didn't matter.
You so you climb up the wall. You hop over it. As you do, you kind of land on like a little pathway. There's just like this guard who's walking along. You land right behind him. You kind of like turn to your left and you go, "Oh crap, there's a guard." And he just keeps walking. He doesn't even notice you.
I'm gonna look around like, anyone else see him not see me? And then I'm gonna shrug. I'm gonna try and go to the cliff side or whatever it would be to start up the path.
Strangely enough, as you kind of walk around, you make your way towards the mountain. You find the path. There looks like there's 2 more guards just standing by the entrance of the path. path.
Does it look like there's any way else up? Or is it just that path?
Well, the path kind of leads in a slow, winding path that climbs up the mountain. But if you really wanted to, you could try to climb up another section of the walls around here. And, well, actually, make an investigation check.
Oh, that works too. Okay. Almost clicked to insight.
I mean, same difference really, right?
No, it's not.
Alright, so you look around a little bit. You see there's like a courtyard that's a little bit below where you guys are on the wall. But you see that there's a bit of vegetation growing above the cliff there. You see a bunch of vines and other vegetation hanging off.
Okay, so
You-
I've decided what I'm going to do. Seeing a set of vines, I'm going to reach down and rub my nice little ring of jumping, and then I'm going to wait when the guards aren't looking towards that direction and pop my ring of jumping, get a running jump, and jump up to those vines. Which, if I remember correct, if I use, and I will use, Step of the Wind, I can jump, it's vertically 46 feet, so 42 feet or something.
Oh fuck, this is bullshit.
For the purposes of this, make an athletics check with advantage. Okay.
God damn it, man.
So, like, as these guys are sitting there talking, you kind of, like, hunch back, and they turn around for a second, they see something skittering in a bush, and you just leap with all your might. And you hop perfectly on top of this, cliff side, where
up
it
the
looks
mountain.
like it swings around towards the path further in,
Mhm.
with no difficulty. You just kind of look around and you're about 60 foot higher than everybody else around you.
So is this mountain, I don't know, covered in trees? Is it like
There's a bit of,
Right.
there's some shrubs, there's maybe a few trees, but it's kind of rocky, a few shrubs. Not too much vegetation, but a fair amount.
Okay, I'm going to spend at least a good chunk of the day then just sort of meandering around, looking at shrubs, picking things that look edible, climbing up higher. Eventually, towards the midday or so, I want to be not at C67 because I have a feeling that would be a bad time because I'd probably get in trouble. But I want to get a good ley line, so I want to like see from that side, like the southern side, and I want to look at the west to east side so that I can see most of the city.
Alright, for the purposes of that, we'll get back to you later, but just make a survival check.
Okay. Okay, I'm not so bad at that. Model was wrong. I'm not rolling 2s right now.
I'm glad that this is when you've decided to roll so well.
Anyway.
My combat rolls.
Johnny is going to be unconscious and dead, right, Nathan?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do much till I get this shit done, so
You already dropped 1 point of exhaustion, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could do shit now, but you know, I don't want to.
It's not a good time.
Alright. So that leaves Laughamil. Where are you off to? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm outside of town somewhere, just chilling,
Alright.
praying and stuff, doing pray stuff.
Then we're back to Quaddle and Reen. You guys...
What exactly did you want to talk about?
I mean, I had already started the conversation, then we switched anyway. Oh, but he had started with that was Wild Night, huh?
Yeah, it was an interesting time.
You you got to experience the you were attached to the sword, right? That's
Yeah,
you.
at some point.
So you felt that, right? You know, you got it, right?
Do you
Fucking-
feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? Just, I don't know, man. Look, he kind of thinks for a moment. I'm trying to think of how to explain that. I don't know. Overwhelming bloodlust, all-consuming anger. I don't know.
I think both of those things are relatively accurate.
Yeah. Welcome to my brain. That's I feel that all the time. And I don't know. I wanted you to see that. But like, if you had an example of what the fuck can go wrong when you mess with shit that's way more powerful than you might think twice about fucking with, things that liches do.
Yeah. Whether or not I go on that thing, it's kind of still undecided. But I think for now we need to focus on what's in front of us. Just so you know, I plan on leaving it with the War Priest.
Leaving. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a choice that you can make. I don't know. I don't know who's the best person to be a guardian of anything that we have right now. There's a whole lot of shit going on, man.
That's for sure.
But, I learned something important in the aliens, and that's... You just kind of have to roll with what's going on. You just do whatever the fuck makes you happy, and that's the most important thing.
As
Just
you
keep
say,
fucking going.
as you say that, you kind of see a short Goliath just like holding his arm, which has now sort of turned slightly purple. He goes, "Oh man, the little guy broke my fucking arm, I think. Whew. I gotta tell you, some of these non-local city folk are pretty damn strong. Do you hear what's going on in the sewers? Can't believe they're offering people 5 gold just to go take a look."
What?
He kind of keeps...
No, hold on. Wait, hold on. No. Get back here.
He goes, "What?
The fuck are you talking about?
You ain't seen the signs? They're telling people to go in the sewers and look around and bring them back an item for 5 gold. Each. Apparently there's multiples of the things.
Does it specify who?
And it just has a location and a meeting time.
Yeah, don't
You're
go do that. I know your arm's broken, but don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually
Okay.
leaving town tomorrow.
That's a good plan.
But
I broke this
Yeah.
guy's whole arm.
Anyway,
Thanks for the information, by the way.
I might stick around if I do find some of those little black rocks they were saying to find.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that
not
either.
do that. there's been a cult invading the city. I think you might want to just stay away from all that, honestly, friend. Looks like you're beat up enough. You don't need that in your life.
I'm not beat up. Nobody
Really?
beats me up.
You're mildly broken. Your arm is very clearly messed up.
Mildly broken.
Nonsense.
sorry.
Look, he kind of holds his arm out. It's like shaking. I can still fight.
I grab his wrist and cast light. No, just kidding. At first level.
And you kind of see some of the color go back to normal, and it kind of becomes strong. And as you're like holding his hand, he grips yours and sort of like a very opportune but awkward handshake. He goes, "Ah, there we go. Thanks, Fred."
Ow, 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 ow. Sorry. Not a problem. Sure.
Anyway,
What are
singing
you
sword, huh?
heading to?
Well, I was thinking about getting a room at Singing Sword. I was told to meet somebody there.
Who may that be?
I don't know. Some scrawny little elf. You guys kind of remind me of him.
Yeah, you kind of
God,
remember.
I'm rubbing off.
But
Yeah.
you have my thanks, Fred. If you need anything, look for old Bale Fang Ironford.
Pale Fang Ironford.
That's right.
The name you hear in stories, friend. Sounds good.
And he walks away.
Yeah. So, you
I'd like to cast
think-
lightning.
Cast what?
Lightning
Die.
bolt, I'm just kidding.
Blight?
Lightning bolt.
Blight.
Blight?
Lightning bolt.
Blight. Lightning bolt.
I
Blight,
also
okay.
cast Blight.
Alright, you guys both cast Blight on this guy and he just explodes into paste.
Like to cast dislocate arm.
You just like see his arm, it was like, it's just been fixed and suddenly it just like starts withering away like a tree being sapped of all water. He looks back to his arm and screams, "Ooh!"
What would happen if you cast telekinesis and use it to dislocate somebody's, like, just their legs and their arms?
Oh,
Locate
well.
all four of them at the same time.
That would be rather unpleasant and you'd hear some sickening popping in. I mean, it was a legit way to execute people.
Like what, in history somebody was telekinesising
No,
executions?
Drawing
Drac or
quarters, but
whatever it
yeah.
is.
Yeah, drawn and quartered.
But yeah, drawing for that's quicker.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, you walk on a few more feet and you find one of these flyers you're talking about and you see a few guards scratching their head before they rip it off.
Are there still other flyers for the clown circus thing too around town?
Yep. You you start paying attention to some of the flyers. You see a few wanted signs. You see a few more signs looking for that drow, Versilis. You see like signs posted ranting about how the end is coming and all these natural disasters are a sign from above and it's punishment for their sins.
Hey, we're all just trying to follow the path of Grotus.
Let's see, why not? Why don't you roll another investigation check since you're looking for flyers and signs and stuff.
I got this. Nailed
You
it.
got it. You find another one. It's like this kind of tarry poster. It looks like it's been sitting for a while. You see on it water deep white water rafting. Join us on an adventure today. Slay zombies. Become zombies. Unbecome zombies.
Whatever. all
Meet
the same.
meet at the Great Harbor at D35 daily.
I look at Reen and just hand the poster to him. I don't.
Oh, that's an old scam. You don't want to go.
I mean, I don't. Well, I kind of.
Next to it, you see people missing, reported at D35. And the name's written underneath it. Full Sail Tavern.
So
You
the
see
only
scam written on the side of the flyer.
There's only one legitimate whitewater rafting service in this town, and it's in the sewers. And honestly, you don't really want to go to that one either.
Well, no, I mean, I just wanted to kind of go to this to see what the hell's going on, but you know, I mean, maybe I get to.
Whitewater rafting.
I'll see what the other part of the group thinks. I don't know what they wanted to do, but I also kind of wanted to do some research on your sword at some point in time.
What research we talking about?
Well, I guess experimentation would be a better term.
Well, last time we played with the sword, it summoned a giant fiery demon.
And summoned it underwater. I'm sorry. Wait, what?
That would actually be hilarious. I've got an
Serious? Wouldn't the
infinite
water just
energy
boil?
idea. We need it to make a steam turbine and then stick Kane's sword in there and magic missile it every once in a while.
Yeah, I feel like the exploiting demons for infinite energy is the plot of Doom or something, and
You're not wrong.
I think that you're just a pussy and that we should do this anyway.
See, Kane's on.
I don't see anything that could possibly go wrong with this at all.
Well,
Fast
I mean,
forward to the
unreleased
Dark
cache,
Souls
and
campaign.
then it's gonna be the bitch queen versus the demon. Just saying.
Anyway,
That's
you
why Johnny's here. Johnny's Doom guy.
I'm not nearly cool enough to be Doom guy.
hey man, it's character development. You're building your way towards it.
That's the end goal.
Alright, everybody needs to get him a BFG.
The big fucking gun. Anyway.
He's got to release a few more liches for that. I'm sorry, I'm derailing the fuck out of this. My bad.
Alright, so you guys actually get kind of close to the Heroes District as you're walking towards the shrine. It's more of a large, it's right next to a cemetery, sort of has a garden out front. You see it's a small building with the image of Bahamut above the front doorway. As you make your way inside, there's like 3 rows of pews, 1 pew on each side. And there's a little walkway and a side door. It looks like there's a little room for the 2 priests to stay in. One of them's out in front of the altar. Nobody else is inside as you walk in.
So I don't see the one person I was introduced.
What was that?
I don't see the person I was introduced to.
You do not see him here.
Okay. I go in and ask for him.
Oh, you're looking for Evim? I'm afraid he's flown off to go gather more brethren.
He said that he might be able to assist me with something. Is there any way for you to get in contact with him?
If you leave a short message, I can send it to him. Is there any way I could help you?
Yes. Actually. He said he might be able to provide some resources for me. I was
wanting to talk about in what form that would come about.
Oh, well. I will write down a message. So, what is your name?